Kanye West Johannesburg, South Africa concert has been canceled as a result of a scam. What's up, word? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapps to CLBMG. Join that membership and all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. So, I'm probably one of the few and only people in all of the United States who cares about this story. No one is reporting this story, but I'm going to do it anyway because that's partially my job. And I also told you I'm never going to take my foot off Kanye West's neck. But what I had said a couple months ago, I want to say back in September, August, one of the months that Kanye West is on a downward spiral, and we are seeing the effects of a man who doesn't know where he's going and who he wants to be. We also see him going down a rabbit hole of scams and unscrupulous behavior. I don't know if you know, but a few months ago, Kanye West, this is not speculation, this is 100% fact, was part of a crypto scam. I believe it was a $3 billion crypto scam. It happened in one day. They made a whole lot of money in one day and went up, grand opening, grand closing. Kanye West and whoever else was involved walked away with a lot of money, but a lot of people got burned massively. Nobody's talking about this except for people who are really into the crypto situation, but Kanye West did that, right? Like they say, Hov did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. Well, Kanye West did that, burnt a lot of people, walked away, and then tried to say he was trying to say he tried to promote another one, but this one, it was supposedly his Instagram account got hacked, so disregard the other one, right? But those Yeezy coins didn't work out for a lot of people, so I'm wondering why Kanye is then allowed to announce a South African show, but it has every single markings of a sketchy event that has no actual chance of happening. Well, I'm like right now, I'm like Clock Gang with the glasses on, and I'm doing my flat foot, my 1-2-1-2, my reporter job. I'm doing the investigative reports, gang. And like I said back in September, that this show looked so shaky in South Africa. It looked like yet another scam. I don't know what's going on in Kanye West land, but after they sold all them Yeezys in that warehouse, allegedly the Adidas sold all the Yeezys once they made up with Ye for the anti-Semitic remarks, right? Once they made up with Kanye and decided all those Yeezys and slides and whatever else they had going on in the warehouse, they wanted to sell them. They wanted to get rid of them because they had a quote-unquote $1 billion worth of merchandise. So they made up with Yeezy quietly and then apparently sold all that merchandise. So I don't know where the money's at now, but Yeezy's out here, gang, I'm just going to be honest, allegedly look like he running all kind of flimsy scams and lending his name to a lot of different things that are not really up to par. So what happened in South Africa, right, after the Brazil show was canceled, right? Kanye is having trouble actually keeping a job in regards to these shows. No one wants to have anything to do with the rhetoric that he's pushing. And if you're paying attention, Kanye is starting to learn in real time that I really can't be a Nazi. It's really not a good profession, right? He sat down with Rabbi, I don't know the rabbi's name, but I'm gonna call him Rabbi Shmuley, right? He sat down with Rabbi Shmuley, no disrespect to anybody that follows that guy, but he sat down with Rabbi Shmuley and gave one of the weakest, most pathetic apologies. I don't know if you know around here, but I'm not a Kanye fan, just so you know before you get it twisted that you sound like, wait, he sound like he really not messing with him. No, I don't. But this is the thing, man. Kanye gave up this really, I don't know, strange apology where it didn't sound like he was apologizing. He was just talking, but he tried to clean up his name. I know he went how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. He's an anti-Semitic. All of a sudden he's sitting down with Rabbi Shmuley and he's sorry and he wants to be forgiven for his sins. Well, guess what? That's because Kanye's struggling to get shows, gang. He did South Korea. I believe it was either South or North Korea. He did that show and he did China. Right? In the China show, he came late. The equipment messed up. It was a whole thing that some of the Chinese people booed him, and some of the Chinese people wanted their money back because the show was such a mess. Now they don't tell you that because everybody's not following Kanye West no more. He's old news. He don't know that. Him and Dave Blunt's had a whole falling out. I've been covering Kanye all year, gang. Him and Dave Blunt's had a fallout after Dave Blunt's wrote that sick ass song Cousins and wrote most of World War III out of nowhere. Kanye just dropped him. Dave Blunt's got hurt. Wrote a horrible diss song like this. This song was just so disrespectful and savage. I was surprised that it was even allowed to be put out because morally it just was wrong to write some of the stuff that I've learned that Dave Blunt is very he's very unfiltered and unapologetic, and he really says the most depraved shit out of his mouth, which makes him perfect to be Kanye's ghostwriter. But he was ghostwriting for Kanye West. Kanye pushed him to the curb out of nowhere, and now there it is. So a whole lot of things have been going on this year with Ye. It just seemed like he just can't keep it together. He gave Drake's boy top 5, gave him a swastika chain and this, that, and the third. So it's like you've been just pushing this agenda and it's really not working. So now you want to come back and figure it out, right? He did the 2 shows, like I said, he did South Korea, he did China, but then he tried to go to Brazil. They had a petition against him and he got banned. Tried to go to I believe it was Stockholm, I believe, or somewhere over overseas, and they had a whole festival, a 2-day festival that they were going to do, right? And the people put a petition together, decided we don't want that rhetoric here. We don't want nothing to do with him. So they canceled the whole festival. The whole festival got canceled. Every act on the festival. Kanye was just a headline. It wasn't his show. But he got the whole festival canceled and all these people had to go and find something else to do, right? So Kanye is a walking pariah. So end of the day, with these shows, he's 2 for 2. So now they announced randomly that he was going to do South Africa. Kanye posted on his own Instagram page. He don't post much, right? Apparently he cleared his whole page out the last I heard. But before he cleared his whole page out, he put a flyer up or a poster, whatever you want to call it. Kanye West, December 13th, South Africa, Johannesburg. Get your tickets, da-da-da-da-da. He posted it and the world went crazy. Oh, shit, my boy Kanye is in South Africa. Well, immediately, this was back in September if I'm not mistaken, immediately it started to feel like a scam because they didn't have no tickets, pre-sale tickets set up. The venue that they were taking it to was a very unlikely venue because it was not where you would do a show the massive size of Kanye. You would do it at they got a much bigger venue, much more suitable to this event. No, they chose a smaller venue, some type of, I want to say, I don't know if it's a rugby venue or something like that, but they chose that venue, right? The whole thing was looking kind of funny, and the group that did it, the Manyaki group, right? The African people, salute to the African people. They laugh at me how I pronounce things over there. I'm doing my best, gang. I'm doing what I can, but I'm gonna go with Manyaki group, right? They were in charge of promoting this event. They were the official promoters and or sponsors of the group. They were assuring everybody that this thing was going to happen, but they hadn't posted anything in years. And as a matter of fact, they had to start what appeared to be almost a brand new Instagram to start promoting the show, and they only put 2 or 3 posts on there. But they wanted everybody to run out and buy these tickets as soon as they went on sale. But the Manyaki group, gang, they have a checkered past, right? They've done things in the past that don't seem to always. They don't seem to come out right. So I believe the guy named is Samuel Manyeki. I'm learning this stuff. I learned this stuff in real time over the past couple of months. But his name ain't all that great over there in South Africa. I'm just gonna be honest. So what apparently happened was a lot of people started to question if Manyaki Group was even equipped to handle this kind of thing because, for one, it's huge. You're bringing Kanye West, no matter how we feel about him over here in the West. Kanye West, right? Ye or Yeezy, whatever you want to call him, he's massive overseas, and they're going to come out in droves. Now, you need to have the infrastructure. You need to be ready to go with this. This has to go without a hitch, right? This thing could be massive. It could be, before you know it, it could steamroll out of control. So you need a promoter that's actually got this shit going on. Well, upon further review, as I'm starting to do my research and due diligence, I started to learn that Manyaki Group was indeed not equipped to handle this, because immediately as the South African people started to question things like, why would you go to such a small venue? Why would the Manyaki Group be in charge of this when they have almost no social media presence? They're not really posting this show, and we're not getting any more posts from Kanye West. He posted it one time and never posted it again. And I told you back what was it, 4 months ago, I was like, this show looks like a scam, and if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And quite a few South African people were in my comments saying, yeah, we don't know about this show. For one, they had never even heard that the show was happening. There was a lot of people saying, Challz, we heard about the show from you. You're in goddamn America. How the hell we hearing about it from you? So they weren't doing a good job promoting, but they were going to do this show, and they opened up the tickets, so it started to legitimize it because they got the tickets to go on Ticket Pro, right, which is the premier ticket seller over there. So Ticket Pro jumped on to get involved and start to pre-sell the tickets. They set a date, bam, it was open, blah blah blah. Well, I did a follow-up video a few months later. I said, let me see what this Kanye West show, because I had said, I don't think this show gonna happen. I don't see this happening at all. It looked like a scam because everything surrounding it is just not good. So I followed up a few months ago. I did another video, a follow-up video 3 weeks ago, and Sure enough, it was looking worse because yes, the tickets were on sale. But when I did a check of the venue, if the tickets were actually moving, gang, I think I might have saw that 20% of the tickets were even sold in the first place. So the thing was doing bad. This was only 3 weeks ago. A show this massive, that ain't gonna work. You gotta have way more than 20%. It was less than 20% of the tickets sold. Less than 20%. The tickets were exorbitantly high. It was like, why are these tickets so high? I know some people got my comments like, Challz, that's not a lot of money, but they were adding it wrong. Once we all got together and started doing the math on the actual the commerce over there versus the American money, it started to be pretty hefty for seats that weren't that good. So let alone the seats on the floor. And everything was open. Almost everything was open. So the show wasn't doing well at all. Not to mention, when I started to dig a little deep, I started going on Twitter, started going on Facebook, different places, Instagram. I started to learn that the Monyaki group had a guy out there really on their ass telling the whole story. He was like, listen, these guys are scamming you. They didn't pay Kanye West his money. They promised him this, that, and the third, but they didn't pay him. Right? Kanye West management allegedly. Now, this shows you something's going on in Kanye West land if this is indeed true. This is all alleged, but a guy named Musa Kuwala, right? I'm doing my best to pronounce these names, but he's an entertainment news reporter over there, and he broke this story a long time ago, and I started to follow him down a rabbit hole, and he basically was saying, let me just read what he said. Samuel Monyeki of the Monyeki Group is responsible for bringing Kanye West to South Africa, but he is a scam and a fraud. We are learning that Samuel Monyeki's company, Monyeki Group, is in the process of deregistration with the CIPC. Samuel Monyeki has not made any payment to Kanye West management in order to secure Kanye West for a performance in South Africa. Initially, Kanye West had charged the Monyeki Group $8 million, and through extensive mediation, the amount was reduced to $5 million. So he promised him, he asked for $8 million, the guy talked him down to $5 million. Right there, you already starting off on the wrong foot talking down Kanye West. But he know that it's gonna be tough to make the 5, let alone the 8. Let's just be honest, Kanye is tough to sell for. Also, you're in South Africa, so you're gonna have to make them tickets really high to get that $5 million in the first place. But you can get sponsors and all that. We'll talk about that later. Let me continue. The booking fee was set to be paid in phases, with the initial payment of $1.25 million due for the 20th of September 2025. So listen, he was getting a $5 million show for a down payment of $1.25 million. Right? That's all he was supposed to come up with for this huge, massive show that's going to really be super great for him. Let's just be honest. The agreement was for the Monyeki Group to pay $1.25 million before an announcement is made, but in good faith, Kanye West's manager proceeded to make an announcement while awaiting payment from the Monyeki Group. So they did it on the humble. Like, this is literally called ass betting. It's like, basically, I don't have it right now, but go ahead and let's go ahead and run with it. I told you I used to be a promoter, and a couple artists did let me do this. They let me announce the event and see if we can make the money. But for one, they wasn't a Kanye West type of artist, and for two, they wanted their deposit, but they weren't dying in dire need. Like, I'm gonna get you the deposit soon as possible. It's like, if they agreed to it, it's like, bro, give me time. Let me see what the ticket sales do, and we'll take it from there. A lot of rappers and artists don't want to do that, but some of them will. In this case, this is a no. This is South Africa. You don't know these people well at all, apparently, and you shouldn't be announcing it. He announced it on his own page. That shouldn't have happened. But let me continue. Kanye West's manager proceeded to make the announcement while awaiting payment from the Monyeki Group. Gang, is something kind of off with a guy of Kanye's stature. I'm just going to be honest. Someone with this kind of a name, this big of a buzz, and this much money allegedly he's supposed to have. He's doing crypto scams and letting people announce that he's going to perform somewhere where he ain't get a payment for. He ain't get $1 yet, gang. Something is going on in Kanye West land. I'm just going to be honest. This is the stuff that when I tell you I deal with lesser artists, this is the stuff that lesser artists will let you do. Not saying lesser as in they're beneath people, but I'm just saying where their name ain't popping and they kind of need the money. So something's going on in Kanye land, gang. Something's going on in Kanye land. I'm just going to be honest. Let me continue. The Monyeki Group has failed to make any payment of whatsoever to book Kanye West for the show, and they are currently in breach of their contract. So they promised them the money, the $1.25. They've never paid him $1. Kanye promoted it once and never said it again, but the South African people went in a frenzy and started running with it, saying Kanye gonna be there. I saw a couple news organizations, a couple magazines, like different people saying it's a lock. You can guarantee it. It's going to be there. I don't know why they were saying that the show was guaranteed, but they were saying it was guaranteed. It was quite a few. I can point you in the direction of quite a few videos and social media posts and news organizations. I'm assuming they're reputable over there in South Africa that were saying the show was guaranteed to happen. So I don't know why they were doing that. They were going off the word of this man. And you got to think he had to book that venue too. So the venue had to believe him. So Ticket Pro believed him. The venue believed him, and Kanye's people believed him. You got to understand, this is a lot of people going on faith of one man, Samuel Monyeki, that he's going to have this money. Now, what I believe happened is what you call ass betting. Is when you go into a dice game or you go into a gambling situation with no money and you bet, hoping that you're going to win and get the money from that person. They're going to lose, you're going to win. Well, ass betting don't always work. A lot of guys got their ass beat for ass betting, right? So it's looking like dude was trying to see if he can get this thing to pop off ticket sales, which I just told you they only had less than 20% of the tickets sold 3 weeks ago. Let me continue. When already in breach of contract at the beginning of October, Samuel Monyeki asked for a 5-day extension from Kanye West management and still failed to make the payment. It is worth knowing that the show did not have any sponsors, so the payment would have had to be done by the Monyeki Group. This is the thing I can't understand. They never secured any sponsors for the show. Now, Kanye's name is kind of tough, and so he's a pariah, but still, no matter what you're selling, there's somebody out there, some snake oil company that would love to slap their name on a horrible, horrific artist with such a bad name such as Kanye West. Somebody will slap their name on it. As of time of this, they're saying that nobody sponsored it, but I think that's on the Monyeki guy. I think the Monyeki guy was playing the game where I can get this money and just dip and move on. Right? It's some people that don't have no intentions of paying whatever, but he also could have been like thinking. I think that's what he was thinking, and they're going to say it in Musa's going to say it, that he thinks that the guy was waiting on the ticket sales to pay him back. But the only problem with that is if you're going through a reputable ticket vendor, they're not going to give you that money. So he could have sold 10 million in ticket sales. They're not going to hand him that money over because they don't know what Kanye West is really going to do. Kanye West might not show up. Now he's stuck with a bunch of refunds that they done already gave the promoter for. Right? So let's say they make this. Let's say they make 2.5 million off ticket sales, and he goes and give Kanye the money. Allegedly, right? This is the best case scenario. He goes and gives Kanye the money, and then Kanye no shows. Guess who got to eat that? Ticket Pro. Not Samuel Monyeki. He could dip off, right? It's Ticket Pro got to eat that. Or let's say that Samuel Monyeki takes the $2.5 million from Ticket Pro, doesn't give it to nobody. This motherfucker go buy an island in the Caribbean and just stays there. Like he buys it, doesn't leave, right? Takes the money, he's good, right? He can live a long time off $2.5 million. So imagine this. Who got to eat that? When Kanye wants his money and Samuel Monyeki is in the Caribbean somewhere, Ticket Pro. Ticket Pro is never going to release that money to him. I don't know how he thought he was going to get that money to pay Kanye West when Ticket Pro was never going to release that thing until Kanye West was in that building. It was no way that was going to happen. But let me continue. It's worth knowing that the show did not have any sponsors, so the payment would have had to be done by the Monyeki Group. We've also learned that Samuel Monyeki had hoped to use ticket sale proceeds to pay Kanye West. Ticket Pro has revealed that the Kanye West show has only sold 6,000 tickets. Gang, they only sold 6,000 tickets. They only sold 6,000 tickets. Now, let me tell you how big the venue is. Ellis Stadium. Ellis Stadium capacity is 62,000. They had only sold 6,000 tickets. Gang, that's not even 20%. I was giving them way too much credit. They had sold 6,000 tickets. So, no, he didn't have Kanye West money. Ticket Pro has revealed that the Kanye West show has only sold 6,000 tickets, and they are in no position to stop ticket sales since the organizers still insist the show is going to happen on the 13th of December 2025. Now, I told you way back when. This was in October. I told you back in September this show wasn't going to happen. It was looking kind of wonky. You can go back to my previous 2 videos. I had no faith in it. It just didn't look right. It looked like a scam, and apparently this guy, Samuel Monyeki, according to all reports, it looks like he kind of low-key, I don't know if he was thinking he was going to get away with this money and Ticket Pro was just going to hand it to him, which was never going to happen. But he sold Kanye a dream. He sold Ticket Pro a dream. Ellis Stadium, he sold Ellis Stadium a dream. So at this point, your boy Samuel Monyeki looking like a scammer because guess what? They canceled it and said we're not going to be doing it under his name anymore. Contact has been made to Kanye West management for a statement, and sponsors who are ready to come on board and see that the show still happens are demanding that Kanye West management issues a statement distancing themselves from the scammy Sam Monyeki and the Monyeki group. So what's going on now? The update is this. This is what's going on now when you research right now today, because the concert was supposed to happen yesterday. Concert was supposed to happen last night, right? So didn't happen. So here we are. Kanye West had a Johannesburg concert planned for December 13th, but it was officially canceled and taken over by his Yeezy production. Expanding into a larger event with no new date announced, yet ticket refunds are being processed through Ticket Pro. Now, let me just say this. Why would you refund it if you're going to do it anyway? If you're really going to do the show, you're not going to refund it. But guess what? They're refunding all the ticket prices. They're claiming that Kanye West management is taking the thing over. What's going on is a lot of people, reputable people, are looking at this like, how could we let this happen on our watch where South Africa is going to get a bad name? We could have did this show 10 times better than this. When this guy really got a gift of gab to talk Kanye's management into this. So they're like, yo, if we just take this over and do all the things that he promised to do, because we have the money, right? There's mad money there. Somebody got mad money there, right? To do this without even blinking, right? There's somebody there that can do this without even blinking. This just wasn't the right guy. This guy was trying to do it on some, yo, you scratch my back, I scratch your shit. And for a time, it was good. It was about to work. But people started being like, something's wrong. Something ain't adding up. So what it looks like is the show is being taken over by allegedly Kanye West management, because someone's sitting back saying, wait, there really is money we could actually make. We take it to the big venue, right, instead of the small one, and we actually do everything right, take the right steps. Kanye West management could do this without nobody. All they got to do is announce it a couple more times on Ye's page. They'll pack this shit out by themselves, right? Allegedly, there's still people that want to go see this goofball. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll get somebody in there. Now, what is looking like, it says the original date has been transformed to a larger Yeezy-led production. I don't know what that looks like, because these are the same people that promised. They said, yeah, you can use our name and run with it, just get it done. I don't know if they own their business either, gang. I'm just going to be honest. I can't say for sure that if you're giving it to Yeezy, right, I don't know if that's going to be the best thing too. The people that really run South Africa need to take this show. Right? Don't give it to Yeezy, don't give it to Samuel Monyeki. People that really know what they're doing, right? Not saying I give a shit, because I don't want to see Kanye for no reason. But at the end of the day, if you're going to do this to the South African people, who some of them got excited to see this shit, right? So if you're going to do this for the South African people, then do it right. But once again, this thing was a 100% scam. Like I said it 3-4 months ago. This thing was never going to happen, and Kanye West is looking kind of shaky out here, gang. I'm going to leave it at that. He got this Mexico show. They claiming that he got booked in Mexico, and it sold out so fast, they added a second show. We're going to see about that. But as of 2025, Kanye West looking real crazy out here, writing all that crazy shit, saying all that crazy shit, then going to backtrack, and then going to try to tell us, oh, I don't want to be a Nazi no more. This what you want us to believe, gang? You burst out in a full-on black, and you had the black and the white KKK suit on. You hung around with some really scandalous-ass people. And now you want us to what? Fall back, and you think you're going to be Diddy? Like you walking through Harlem all of a sudden, now we back with you? I don't think so, gang. But at the end of the day, you tell me what you think in the comments, man. This was 100% a scam, and Yeezy was a part of it. He was ready to lend his name right to the shit. So I don't know what's going on with Yeezus, man. You let me know in the comments, man. Listen, CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. All right, tap in. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, 9:15, me, TJ, and Flaves, we go live on The What Show. We talk about all kind of hip-hop things of that nature. We might discuss this. We might not. All right. Also, we got a new album out. It's called The What Project. Me, TJ, and Flaves. We got a video called This, That. I want you to go back in my videos, a few videos back. Watch this video called This, That. The shit's crazy. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right. Gang, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet. Get my pocket knife. And get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for 1 game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin, with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.